So, let us start with where we left off. We talked about what a finite impulse response is, what a finite step response is. Okay. So, let us assume that you somehow you found this impulse response coefficients. So, so you gave input signal as 1 0 0 0. So, this is u 0, u 1 and so on. Okay. In response to that, you got the output as h 1 h 2 . This one is at time 1, this one is at time 2 and so on up to time n. Okay. This is finite impulse response. Actually this is just impulse response. Okay. The question is, how do you use this in a model? How do you build a model in order to predict the behavior in future? So, what does this mean? This means that if u was just equal to 1, okay, then this is how y is going to be. What if u was not 1, but what if u was some value alpha? If this was u, what is going to be the response? Linear superposition works. So, the response is just going to be alpha h 1, alpha h 2, so on up to alpha h n, and then zeros thereafter. I am just omitting the zeros. Okay. What if after this you do not place it as 0, you give one more impulse, and that impulse is say something like this. Okay. This is some value, we will just call it alpha bar, or maybe what I will do is I will call this alpha 1. So, what is the response to alpha 2? Yes, the response just to alpha 2 is going to be alpha 2 multiplied by h 1, h 2, h 3 and so on. But this alpha 2 has not happened at 0, it has happened at 1. So, that entire thing is going to just be shifted by 1, right. So, the response to this guy is going to be alpha 2 h 1, alpha 2 h 2, so on up to alpha 2 h n minus 1 and alpha 2 h n. Now, let us say we had the next response, next impulse, and that was alpha 3. It is just going to be alpha 3 h 1, alpha 3 h n minus 2, alpha 3 h n minus 1. Okay. So, what is the response of series of impulses that look like this? This is alpha 1, this is alpha 2, this is alpha 3. Okay. It is just going to be sum of this. Why? Because ut is just the sum of alpha 1 0 0 0, alpha 2 0 0, right. This is what ut is. What is going to be our yt? is just going to be sum of these. So, y t is going to be alpha 1 h 1 alpha 1 h 2 plus alpha 2 h 1 alpha 1 h 3 plus alpha 2 h 2 plus alpha 3 h 1 and so on alpha 1 h n plus alpha 2 h n minus 1 plus alpha 3 h n minus 2. The next one is going to be 0 plus alpha 1 h n plus alpha 2 h n minus 1. Sure, no problem. If you write it that way, you will have to write it this way. Part of the reason it was historically not written this way is because that is the past, you can't do anything about the past. So, therefore, we will take this that goes into this idea of window or moving horizon that we talked about, right. So, this is the window, that window is just shifting. So, if you take a view of a shifting window, then your box remains the same, it just keeps shifting. If you are thinking the way you are thinking, you need to put in the zeros. So, yes, so what you have said is absolutely right. Likewise, there is no need to end this box at all, right. I mean, the future does not end, or we hope at least it does not end, right. It goes on until a long time in future. Yeah. Okay. So, this is how the impulse response is going to be. Okay. So, how do we write this? So, this if you, so y was all of this, right. So, let us say we have, let us call it capital Y t just for distinction of our notations. And so on. Okay. Let us say this is how it was. Okay. How are we going to write this as? We are going to write this as sorry, let us not put this one. Right. So, y 1 is h 1 multiplied by alpha 1 plus 0 multiplied by alpha 2 plus 0 multiplied by alpha 3 and so on. Okay. Y 2 is h 2 multiplied by alpha 1 plus h 1 multiplied by alpha 2 and then 0. Y 3 is h 3 h 2 h 1 and then 0. And so on h n and then zeros, let us say. Okay. This is how this is going to look like. And so on. Okay. This is if you are interested in predicting what the future is going to be. Okay. That is the idea. Okay. When it comes to impulse response, let us say that we define our state as input moves. Okay. So, at any time k, the system is affected by n past input moves. So, if you were to say k is 3, our system is affected by u2, u1 and u0. Okay. The model needs to be able to start at time 0. So, what we are going to say is that our state is going to comprise of uk minus n, uk minus n plus 1, uk minus n plus 2 and so on up to uk minus 1. Okay. So, yk is going to be summation. So, if you look at this, if you look at this particular guy, right. So, yk is going to be, so this one was y1, this one is y2 and so on and so forth, right. So, it is going to be equal to hi multiplied by uk minus I going from 1 to n. So, it is h1 multiplied by u1 sorry h1 multiplied by uk minus 1 plus h2 multiplied by uk minus 2 plus h3 multiplied by uk minus 3 and so on and so forth. How do we, that is definition. This is what your yk is. How do you go to the next step? Next step is going to be at, so this is what you have at time k. At time k plus 1 you will have okay, xk was uk minus n, uk minus n plus 1 So, what do you do in order to go from xk to xk plus 1? To go from xk to xk plus 1, you drop this, okay, and this one is just shifted up by 1. Okay. So, xk plus 1 is shift of let us say h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 are only there. Okay. So, our xk is defined as uk minus 5, uk minus 4, yk will be defined as what? It will just be defined as summation hi uk minus I, which is same as h1 oh sorry, H5. Okay, this is at time k. Now you want to go to the next step. Okay, the next step x k plus 1 is defined as, I will also again say defined. Okay. So, u k plus 1 minus 5, u k plus 1 minus 4, u k plus 1 minus 3 and so on. So, u k minus 4, u k minus 3, u k minus 2, u k minus 1 and u k. Okay. Now, you have stored this in memory, that is what state means, right. State is the information that you need in order to predict in future. So, this is stored in memory. To predict the future, you want to update the information that you have stored in the memory. So, how do you take this information and update it over here? Again, what I talked about, shift operation, that is this guy is shifted up, this guy is shifted up, this guy is shifted up, this guy is shifted up. So, x k plus 1 is going to take this information and this information is from currently implemented control move. So, at each time k, what you are going to do is you are going to take whatever the definition or whatever the x's that you have stored in memory, okay, shift them by 1, drop the last u k minus 5, shift them by 1, okay, insert the new u below, and y k plus 1 is just going to be h 5, h 4 and so on to h 1 multiplied by x k plus 1. Any questions on this? Okay. Anyway, so I think we have kind of run out of time. So, what we will do is two things. On Tuesday, we will take up the step response models. Step response is where I would want to spend a little bit more time on. Assignment will delay it by a couple of days. So, not the first assignment is still 16th. The next assignment, instead of 23rd, we will make it the Monday after. Okay. So, that you get one weekend. I mean, the idea is to give you a weekend to hopefully to work on that. So, we will move that by a day, and then on Tuesday's class we will take up this step response models. Okay. The other thing is that, yeah, I mean, there is no reason why x needs to be defined as u k minus 5 to u k minus 1. X can be defined as okay. If this is how x is defined, then y k is just going to be h 1 h 2 up to h n multiplied by x k. Okay. So, again, it really does not matter in which way you define. Okay. I ended up defining in this way because of the pictorial representation. That is how I ended up kind of defining it. If you look at the standard textbooks, it is defined in the other way, u k minus 1, k minus 2 and so on. Okay. But either way is actually fine.